Hello everybody, and welcome to another Dota 2 unboxing video. Welcome to the International 10 Collectors Cache. It's finally here after all of our long-awaited community votes. Now, the big thing about this is that I have reviewed a lot of the sets that actually are in this first box today. So, I've seen all of these, and I'm excited to see the little valve touch that each set has been a little bit given, because as always, each set does go in, but Valve adds their own little special particle effects to each set usually. So let's go into this bad boy. I'm pretty sure every single set in here are ones that either I reviewed or I looked at one point and didn't review because I felt like, whatever. But here we are, the first set for Night Stalker, The Origin of the Dark Oath. Now, this was a set that we reviewed originally. It was called the Dusk Reaper by the initial point of it when we did it over in one of our workshop weeklies. So this was the Dusk Reaper set that it didn't have these crazy kind of particle effects, but it looks way better with these particle effects. Of course, the original version of the set still looked just as good. So here's our Night Stalker Night version and our normal Night Stalker version, which looks like they still have yet to fix the balancing after you switch it back. So, but that's our first set, The Origin of Dark Oath. Next, we have the Ravenous Abyss, which is the Suns fan set that we reviewed as well. It looks like the extra little valve trim they did was maybe fix up the back armor a little bit and also add a custom line of particle effects both to the mouth, as you could see it kind of like chomping a little bit, as well as the edge particle blades with the edge itself. Very good Underlord set. I was excited to see it in. There's a couple of other Underlord stuff, or a couple of other stuff from Suns Fan and their team that I don't know if it'll be in, but if it does, that'd be cool. But I'm glad that the Underlord made it in, because I'm definitely going to use it, and I love the extra valve touch to it. It works out really well. The overall review I've heard about this is that for some reason people think it just looks like a frog when you're in game, so we'll see what it looks like in game later. Next, we have the Apocalypse Unbound. So this, I don't remember the name of this set when we reviewed it initially, but it definitely was not Apocalypse Unbound. I think it was just like a real simple name, and like I just liked it because it had, I think it had 6 hands actually. It had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it had 2 at the waist. So it looks like they made it to where the hands, instead of being one set being it to the waist, they made it to where the hands are the ring on his back, which is relatively good because I don't know. Oh no, there is an immortal actually for his back. So it looks like the armor is really the only thing that will be used in this AA set. Still an overall nice set. Still looks extremely nice with the extra valve touch. Next we have I was excited to see this Warlock in. I was talking to my friend about it, and he said that the Samurai Golem got put into the game, and I'm like, I remember reviewing this set for Warlock because I remember talking about the not really the Golem, but more the Warlock set itself. It's another sort of full ominous set. The reason I liked it a lot too was that the lantern is actually just a like a miniature golem itself. So here you can see the golem. I don't know why they make it to where the Warlock is so tiny in comparison to the golem, but basically here's our golem here as we originally went over it. Look, it's the Beholden of the Banished Ones. I believe that actually is the name of the original one. It might be a little bit different, but I remember the Banished Ones being in there. So basically, this is a full samurai set for both Warlock and the Golem as well. It's a very neat one as well. I have yet to see how the Golem attacks, but I really hope that he attacks with his sword. But like the other thing is, looking at his right fist, he could just be attacking with that fist instead. But we'll see how it goes later. Actually, no, I'm completely wrong because his blade hand is the right hand. Next, we have the Fury of the Righteous Storm. Now, this is another set we did go over, but this one is transformed, like, immensely. Like, I think before, the weapon was more of a mace, and the back was more of a ring. And it looks like in this scenario, instead of the ring scenario, it looks like it's just kind of like his chest belt, in a sense. But the reason I remember this set a lot is because Disruptor had a rockin' six-pack. And he still has a rockin' six-pack. But still, this is another one of the nicer looking Disruptor mounts, as well as the nicer looking full face disruptor. So very happy to see this one in. Next, we have the Juggernaut Lineage of the Stormlords. Now, I think I remember reviewing this one, but it was definitely not like this, like, at all. I think this might be a strong combination of both of them. The only thing I don't like about the healing ward, because I remember reviewing this initially, was the fact that the healing ward doesn't look like it moves. Like, you can see the bottom here, it doesn't look like it's a floating kind of one. It doesn't really, like, blend, if you catch what I'm throwing. It doesn't float. It doesn't look like a floating one, basically. But other than that, I did like the overall Juggernaut set. It looks like they've made some nice extra additions to the Valve Touch, as I like to point it out. And very excited to see this one in as well. Next we have, so I remember reviewing this silencer. This is the Silent Slayer. I remember it had a different name as well, but basically along the same lines of the Silent Slayer. So this is the Witch Doctor, or the Necro. They're not the Witch Doctor, more of the, what's the name I'm looking for? The Witch Hunter, actually. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for. It's the Witch Hunter set for Silencer. This is why I like this set a lot, because it had a very Witch Hunter feel. And now we see the set coming into full life with these extra little particle effects, the glaive being more full-on particle effecty with the helmet as well as the lower end of the cape. The body as well still has a fairly large amount of detail, as well as the shield glaive, which also has its own little glaive sword attached to the end of it. Kind of a mishmash of stuff, as you can see here. But I liked it a lot. Now, I did not review this Pudge set. I remember seeing the Pudge set, and I'm just like, I really don't want to review the Scarecrow Pudge set. And it was called the Scarecrow, or the Scarecrow, or something like that. But this one now is called the Mindless Slaughterer. So, the extra little Valve Touch, I believe this was around one of the Dire Tides when somebody made this the first time, and like we've already talked about, there's no restrictions to the sets for this year, so this one is probably a remnant of one that's been reworked immensely. It does look a lot better than when I looked at it the first time when it was called the Scarecrow in the workshop. So, I will give this set the props that it deserves, but at the same time, I still feel like it's not exactly a Pudge-like set that I would like to see for him. And I get it that Pudge actually works with the Scarecrow theme, but at the same time, like, we have the Plague Doctor one, and the Plague Doctor one was kind of pushing it too, in my opinion. Next, we have the Heartless Hunt, which is another one I didn't really feel wanting to interview, because I don't really look at Bounty Hunter as like a mass blade guy. Like, you're sure his Immortal actually looks exactly like this, but I didn't really like it because it was too spiky. And still, though, the extra little Valve Touch is nice. The chicken is slightly animated in comparison to when I saw it initially. The chicken wasn't animated. And all the blades have their own little sharpening cutting edge, as well as the helmet having its own custom particle effect. And if you've ever played Overwatch, this is much like the, what's his name? Junkrat's head, basically. This is like the Junkrat kind of feel. So you see he's got sparks coming out of the back, so... Next, we have the Grimstroke Herald of the Amber Eye. This is actually the first set we reviewed in Workshop Weekly Episode 1. I remember talking about this set immensely and really, really liking it. So, I'm glad that Valve added their little extra touch to it by adding some more colorful prismatic effects to both the spear and the helmet, while both the candles on the lower waist and the upper shoulders were animated when we first did the reveal. The extra Valve Touch is extremely nice to this, and it just made the set really nice and comboed well together. Next, we have the Fissured Flight for Jakiro. I don't think it was called that before, but the big difference with the Valve particle effects on this one is that he has a literal volcano on his back. I remember reviewing this set as well. Jakiro had a little less particles when I looked at it. This time, definitely a lot more particle effects. So, now you have your extra little back, as everybody will probably still use the Immortal Ice Helm and the Immortal Fire Helm, and then this will be your armor. So it works out pretty well. The particle effects overall for this set blend in really well with the Immortals. I've yet to see physically, so other than that, pretty good. Next, we have the Huskar set. Now, this was another Huskar set I felt 50-50 about interviewing, because it was one from DNA Dota, but the big thing about this was that I didn't want to look at it because it was just too spiky at the time. So I think when this set got pushed in, Valve decided, okay, so we got to remove like half of the spikes on this and add some particle effects somewhere. And what they did was that they did exactly that, remove that, and give him a little cannon back on his back instead, as well as a light TNT belt. And now with his chainsaw as well. You can see that depending on the angle at which you point this the Huskar build, you can see that the chains aren't actually heavily animated. They're more just going back and forth over and over, but still, a very beautiful Huskar set called the Flashpoint Proselyte. Next, we have Nature's Prophet, Signs of the Allfather. This was a set that we interviewed in the second episode of Workshop Weekly. I picked up this set when I was doing the interview for it because I really liked the Nature's Prophet treants, actually, because they look so goddamn cute. And I remember that was literally the only thing I talked about when it came around to this set, was because it just looks so cute. Look at that thing. Look at him. He looks so cute. He looks so cute. But, yeah, so we have the Signs of the Allfather. I believe before it was called Allfather Winter. So, not too surprised this one got into the set, and I really like the Valve additions to this set for the particle effects. Very happy to see it in. Next, we have Lena's Glory of the Elder Flame. Now, this is a set that I saw in the workshop, but it had, like, 6 different styles. So, like, I couldn't really review it because it had too many styles. But the reason why I'm very happy about this set going in is because, A, they decided on one style when it was submitted into Valve, and B, it actually looks really good with the Valve custom particle effects. We got these nice little, oh man, what are they called? Like, kind of like streamers, but I don't know what the actual name of it is, but like, they just have these nice little extra particle effects that come off of the back and feed it really well to the overall look of this Lena, as well as this nice back frame as well. The big thing I like about this is the light shimmering as well that comes off of the set. You can see that despite the fact that there's not too many like big particle effect like things, that's outside of Lena's already flaming hands, the light flame on the back, as well as the particle drippers. We have just these nice light little crystals that glisten in the sunlight. Next, we have the Enchantress Songs of the Starfallen Glen. Now, I believe I reviewed this one as well, and this was I think they named it like Sheep Herder or something like that. Very straightforward name when I reviewed it initially. And I'm glad to see this one in. I believe this was in Workshop EP3, and it is a very nice set. And that's all I could really say. It's probably one of the best Enchantress sets that I've seen out there so far. And I would say that this is one of those sets that would probably, indefinitely actually, beat the set that comes in the Dota Plus Shards bundle. Like this over, hang on, exclusive. Yeah, that over this, like, every day of the week. So, Songs of the Starfallen Glen, gonna be the Enchantress set that makes it in. Of course, the big thing I do want to point out is that 17 sets were added, but it does not mean that the other sets will not be considered in the future. But anyway, next we have the Ancient Inheritance. Like, this was a #1 voted Tiny set. Everybody was very, very ecstatic and very, very wanting to do this. So, here is our first floor of the Tiny. Here's our second floor of the Tiny. Here's our third floor. As we can see, every floor, or every grow, pardon, you can see that the particle effects in the stomach and so on get more dramatic. And then here we have grow 4, which is basically the same thing. This might be the one set that people are going to be willing to trade out for the Immortal set that everybody likes to use from the Battle Pass from last year. I wouldn't be surprised, so. Very nice tiny set, very happy to see it in. Next, we have a Marsh set, which I definitely remember reviewing as well. At first, when I reviewed it, I didn't like the fact that the shield had a very, very poor spin effect. I imagine this time they fixed it, and either way, though, this is the most amount of particle effects I've seen on a brand new hero set in a long, long time, because Mars still had no sets. He had a spear, and that was it. And this Marsh set, the Forsworn Legacy, very, very beautiful set. Very glad it got in. Looks like the extra Valve particle effects as well gave it that extra little shine. So all I'm really hoping for is that out of this set, even with all these special little particle effects, that they have a good animation for the spin shield, because when he spun his shield, it looked terrible when he spun it. So I imagine now that it's in the game, they've done the testing and everything like that, it is fixed and ready to go. Last but certainly not least, we have the Marauder set, Spirit of the Sacred Grove. Now, this is a set that I remember reviewing in the last Workshop Weekly. I talked about this one because it came with the same one that had the samurai-like looking AM, I believe. Or no, this was a different one. It came with another one, but I remember reviewing a set from the same maker who made this set. And I picked up this Marauder set in a heartbeat and said that this is going to be the Marauder set. Like, it's mysterious. That's literally what is perfect for the Priestess of the Moon. And then the mount was something I liked a lot as well. There's another Marauder set that might be getting in as well that has runes around the head. But this is definitely like your S tier Marauder set. Like, I think this is probably one of the better Marauder sets that you're going to have. This is definitely one of the sets, too, that you would probably use this over the bunny. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, after a good 16 minutes of explaining, we have 15 chests plus an extra 15 over it, as always. So we're going to open up these bad boys. So the big thing about this is we open 15 treasures, and we get 27 more battle points, as well as, you get a total of 36 more levels, which is great. It's fantastic. So I think since there's 15, we're going to go until the rares are gone, I imagine. So we don't really want to, like, sit here forever and wait for, like, a million things to spin. Because the rares usually disappear almost immediately. As you can see here, both the rares are already gone. So in reality, we're just waiting on the ultra rare to disappear. Yeah, exactly. So the big thing about this is that, like, the ultra rare has, like, a 1 in, like, 10,000 chance at 1. Of course, it's happened before for some people, but, like, it would be insane if somebody got it, if I got it off of 1 out of 10,000. Oh, don't do that to me. That would be insane if I got it off of 3. Oop, my bad. So it looks like the Marauder's out of there first, so we lose the Tiny now. And the Mars is gone, so we can go ahead and hit the skip. I'm very happy to see the Dusk Reaper set into the game, to be honest. Like, Dusk Reaper was probably one of the better Night Stalker sets. Next to that was probably the Twilight Manticore that made him look like a lion. Unfortunately, I don't think Valve really likes putting multiples of one hero in, excluding the Grimstroke that I believe is tied. Because I think Grimstroke got, like, a very close tie with someone at, for 18th. So they're going to put that one in a different box. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, this is a pretty good set. And I believe this is still only the first collector's cache. They're going to have another one eventually, because there's no way. I mean, we all saw what happened, right? All the sets were going to be added later into the game. Like, it's very Valve-like of them to just go ahead and put the sets into the game later. Oh yeah, then for any of you that's wondering, you know, the last video that we did a long time ago, I mean, all the workshop weeklies don't have me with the face cam. I shaved my beard, like, probably this week. So, there's no beard here anymore. That's basically what's going on. We're at, like, hang on, so we're 8, 9, 10. We're at 10 treasures and we have no rares yet. This is very disconcerting. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total boxes left in the first round. Oh, wait a minute. I have 30 boxes. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sets. Oh, there's 17 basic sets. Why did it only let me buy 15 at once? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait, right. I'm not going to be able to check that way. Alright, so we got the Tiny. We got 1, 2. Oh, wait, no, that's the right number. Because then this one will be number 15. Okay, got it. Scared me a little bit. So we opened 15 boxes, and we did not get the very rare or the ultra. So let's go ahead and take a quick gander at the very. The very is 1 in 21. So it's still very possible to get it. And 1 in 168 for the Marauder. So possibly you're not going to be able to get the Marauder. But my faith is very high. My unboxing luck has been relatively dry in the past years. Because when I was opening Immortal Ones, I mean, I only have 1 Pudge. So, wow, that was insane. We've spun the full 15, and of course the Mars was the last one to try to bait me into it. There we go. I just got the messages for Steam support. Thanks for buying our stuff. There goes all the rares. Let's go ahead and hit skip. Yeah, you successfully added funds. Thanks for your purchase. And an Epic purchase as well. There's free games on Epic still, so... Are you kidding me? Why do you wait so long to have the Marsh Set be the last tick in this? This is such a long video. Like, it's crazy how people make, like, 18-minute videos on this. There's 15 sets. They probably just hit the skip button a lot. We are running out of boxes. I tell you what, if we're not getting this Marsh Set, I'm going to be thoroughly disappointed. That's 30 boxes. Is there like a redeem option for this? Not tradable. Recycle for battle pass levels. So that's literally... Yeah, that's worthless. Why would I want to recycle it for battle pass levels? I usually hold on to sets. And then once I watch like a streamer and like they say... And this set's really cool. Where did it come from? I'm like, I have a spare. And that's what happens. So. We're not gonna get this we're not gonna get this Marsh Set, are we? It's gonna be one of like... It's gonna be like one of 8, and I'm not gonna get it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 boxes left. Okay, good. Good. We got the Marsh Set. I am content with whatever happens at this point. I think we just hit skip every time the rares are gone at this point. Well, shit. Alright, well, we got 2 tinies out of this, and 1 Mars. We got 3 left. I don't think I'd actually use the Marauder anyway. I think I have a nice Marauder combo. It would be nice, though. I would like a new updated Marauder set. But as you can see, we have 1 left. I'm taking my headphones off, close my eyes. Nope. Well, we didn't get it. What's our percentage at? I've done so many unboxings. I can't believe I don't know the percentage for this yet. It's 1 of 43. Now let's take a quick look at my Marauder and figure out if I like what my Marauder looks like. Tonight we ride. So this is the Immortal Dragon, and this is the Immortal Spear. But I think I really wouldn't mind swapping the body for that. What's half of 15? It's 8 and 7. So let's go for the latter and do 7. I'm getting paid this week, so I'm not exactly concerned. Now, at this point, this is probably where I'd end up turning these into Battle Pass levels. Because this is 14 Battle Pass levels after this, so... I could probably buy the Marauder, actually. I probably should have just looked at that first. Let's see if I could do that. While we see this very poorly spinning animation now. No, the Marauder is not up for sale yet. Actually, it looks like it's on the sale cooldown. Which a lot of stuff looks like it is now. It's not up here. Marauder's already gone. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 left. Already gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 2 left. This is number 2. Last one. Let's just insta-skip as soon as the black ones are gone. I'm lightly tilted. One in 28. This is how they get people, by the way, guys. I assure you that, like, the particles that I just want this mask. Literally. I just want the mask. We're gonna do half of this. If I don't get it off of this, then we're done. Actually, no. Not 4. Not 4. Not 3. We're gonna do 4. It's funny, because I don't think there's gonna be, because usually they have the Trove that comes out. I don't think they're even gonna do the Trove this year. Because there's no, like, what are you gonna do? Like, this has been a very tough time for a lot of people right now. And I don't think there will be a Trove as a result of this. Okay, we're only opening 4 more, and then that's it. Alright, if I don't get it, then fate has decided. I have 3 tinies, though. Yeah, this has been a very hard year for a lot of Dota personalities, so. Okay. Headphones off, eyes closed. It's probably already gone. Yeah, it was already gone. Thanks, Valve. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the unboxing. Sorry for making you sit around for 27 minutes and 35 seconds in hopes of getting this, but we're not going to get it. I don't want to burn too much money. So, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't be a toxic dump on Reddit. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time for some more Dota 2 action. It's Party PD, signing off. Bye. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's going to be more videos like this out in the future, so stay tuned. We'll be back with more Dota 2 as well as anything else that might be in this outro. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you follow, subscribe, like, etc. And we'll see you next time for some more video gaming action. It's Party PD, signing off.